You got an ID on you, ma'am?
Why am I giving my ID?
Because I asked for it. I'm asking you for ID. If you don't produce it, I'm going to take you to jail.
Sorry, please. Why are you being aggressive? Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing.
How you doing? You got an ID on you, ma'am?
This is so amazing. Why am I giving my ID?
Because I asked for it.
One morning in 2022, a young woman named Kiana found herself in an alarming position in encounter with a police officer who wanted to get violent with somebody that day. Without any prior traffic stop or explanation, a police officer pulls up right behind Kiana, and instead of engaging in a routine traffic stop, he proceeds to abruptly and immediately start demanding her identification. The situation escalates rapidly as the officer, without warning or clear justification, opens Kiana's door and violently pulls her out of the vehicle. A struggle ensues on the ground, leading to Kiana's arrest, and this is that video.
Because you asked me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I no longer feel comfortable because I don't even have a problem
Okay,
here.
well, I'm asking you for ID. If you don't produce it, I'm going to take you to jail.
It's important to remember you are only expected to identify yourself to law enforcement officers when you are stopped on suspicion of a crime or a traffic violation. If you don't have identification documents, you may choose to remain silent if you haven't been legally detained. This officer made so many mistakes, it's not even funny. The first mistake was not establishing a legal detainment. He got a call for a disturbance at the park, somebody screaming at somebody else. He showed up and immediately starts demanding this woman's ID. Reasonable articulable suspicion. He had none to get her ID. He only had reasonable articulable suspicion to show up and start an investigation at the scene. The phone call was enough to get him there, not to get her ID. So in this video, a young woman is allegedly parked incorrectly and was involved in a loud confrontation with others about her parking. It's important to consider that the situation involves a nonviolent dispute and not necessarily criminal activity. In this case, a mere fact that someone is yelling or engaged in a verbal dispute does not automatically constitute reasonable articulable suspicion for an officer to demand identification or detain the woman or anybody else until he establishes that an actual crime has been committed and he needs to start issuing tickets or arrests. Reasonable suspicion typically requires some indication that a crime may have occurred or is imminent. Yelling or being involved in a nonviolent dispute without additional factors indicating a threat or criminal behavior may not meet the threshold for reasonable suspicion. Officers should assess the situation, gather more information, and only demand identification or detain somebody if there's a reasonable ground to believe that a crime has taken place or if public safety is at risk. This dude jumped the gun, violated this woman's rights, and violently assaulted her.
Okay, so let me see your ID.
Do you hear this, Mom? Do you hear this, Mom?
Ma'am.
I'm waiting on my friend, and now I'm about to get arrested
Ma'am,
because I'm
not going to ask you
refusing to
again.
get ID.
I'm not going to ask you again.
Do you hear this, Mom? He's not giving me a problem. Or what did I do wrong? What did I do? These people can kill me, Mom. And you want me to just give up? I was going to leave, but he just pulled up behind me. And now he's asking for IDs and stuff. I feel like I'm going to get killed if I give him my ID. Or they're going to hunt me.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to pull you out of the car. Okay?
You're not pulling me out of nothing.
United States law generally distinguishes between two primary contexts in which police officers can use physical force: when a person is detained or under arrest, and when there is an immediate threat to the safety of the officer or others. Here's an explanation of how a police officer's use of force can be unlawful if the person is not detained or under arrest. With detention or arrest, when an individual is detained or placed under arrest, law enforcement officers have the authority to use physical force to control the situation, ensure compliance with lawful orders, and to protect themselves and others. However, when someone is detained or arrested, the use of force must be reasonable and proportionate to the circumstances. Excessive or unnecessary force can still be considered unlawful, and officers may face legal consequences for such actions. Immediate threats. Police officers can use physical force when there is an immediate threat to their safety, the safety of others, or when there is a risk to the subject fleeing the scene. The use of force in self-defense or defense of others is generally considered lawful if the threat is real and imminent. Unlawful uses of force. If a person is not detained nor under arrest and there is no immediate threat to safety, the use of physical force by an officer can be deemed unlawful. This includes situations where an officer uses force without a valid reason or in response to nonviolent resistance, such as you're seeing. Verbal communication plays a significant role. Officers should generally give clear and lawful orders before resorting to force. If a person complies with these orders, the use of force may not be justified. Furthermore, officers should cautiously assess the situation and adapt their use of force in response to the changing circumstances. Once a threat is mitigated or a person has become compliant, the use of force should absolutely cease. But if there is no threat presented, there should be no use of force. Ultimately, the law requires that police officers use physical force as a last resort and only when it is reasonable, necessary, and proportionate to the circumstances. That's not what you're about to see right now.
Sorry, please. Why are you being aggressive? Well, you're not gonna fight me. You're not gonna fight me. What are you doing?
Stop!
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 Bro, you're not gonna punch me. You're not gonna punch me. You're not gonna punch me.
What you are witnessing right now is a police officer, sworn public servant, attacking a member of the public because she refused to give her ID when she didn't have to give her ID. He never established a detainment. He never told her she was detained. He never told her she was under arrest. He just immediately opened her car door and attacked her. And then writes in his police report that she bit him on the head and punched him and kicked him and beat him up. This big dude beat this 18-year-old girl up on her birthday. The police report says that Deputy Blank arrived on the scene and made contact with Blank, sitting in her car, a silver Chrysler Sebring. Officer Blank, Deputy Blank, requested identification. Kiana refused and began talking to her mother on the phone. Deputy Blank made another request, which was ignored by Kiana, who continued to obstruct Deputy Blank's investigation, ignoring his lawful command to produce her identification. Deputy Blank reached to open Kiana's vehicle driver door after Kiana refused to comply with Deputy Blank's command to produce her identification. Kiana immediately pulled her driver's door closed. Deputy Blank made an attempt to open the driver's door a second time. Kiana pushed the driver's door open and ran directly at Deputy Blank and began using both hands to scratch Deputy Blank's head. Deputy Blank ordered Kiana to stop multiple times. Kiana continued to actively resist and attack the deputy, scratched the top of the deputy's head and face, causing extensive bleeding. The blood obstructed Deputy's vision. Deputy Blank took Kiana to the ground to gain control. While on the ground, Kiana pulled her arms away and was kicking her legs. A bystander assisted the deputy in gaining control of Kiana until Deputy Leon arrived on the scene. Deputy Leon assisted Deputy Blank, who was injured, and safely took Kiana into custody. Deputy Blank sustained a deep laceration on the bottom of his inner lip that required 7 stitches and several scratches on his head, leg, and hands. What's funny is, had he lawfully detained her, all of that stuff would have been relative in a police report. But since he didn't and he broke the law himself, he's the one actually describing his own crimes on paper. You can't just attack somebody because they don't want to identify themselves. You literally need to detain them and get reasonable, articulable suspicion of criminal activity before you even suggest getting their identification. But most of you cops are too stupid to understand this, and it results in assaults on the public like this that are disgusting and sickening to watch.
You're not finna punch me, bro. What's wrong with you? You just hit a woman and you asked for ID. What's wrong?
394, 394.
He just asked.
Officer attention.
What's disgusting is you can hear other civilians run up and assist this police officer without knowing what's going on while this woman is being attacked by him. They have no idea, but they're so programmed to believe that the police are right in everything that they're doing that they can see this happening and run over and immediately need to assist the police. Crazy.
Stay on the ground. I said okay. I said okay, you fucking... Bro, you tripping. I ain't even doing that. I should have stayed home, huh? I should have stayed my black ass.
Sir, call for rescue. I got you, sir. I'm a black man. I got you. Go ahead.
Get up.
Sir,
You're
call
heavy.
for backup.
You're heavy. Please, I just asked for... He asked me for my ID. He didn't give me no reason. And he just started grabbing him. He didn't give me no reason. And then he hit me in my face. I never let a man hit me ever. I don't care.
Let me read you a statement from Kiana. She says, the video spoke volumes. Therefore, I'm going to talk about life after 3 months of recovering from this tragic incident by Stephen Davis. That's the officer in the video. I needed money and to get back to work, so I figured I would start slow by door dashing. I log into my DoorDash account to realize I can no longer simply pick up and drop off food. I tried to apply for Amazon and got denied because of my background check. This case is open and I'm not convicted of what I am accused. Yet, for a year and 3 months, I have not been able to land a proper paying job due to the background checks. This officer of BSO ruined my life, my finances, and my physical abilities. Prior to this event, I had a clean record, free to get whatever opportunities suit me. Now I have to work part-time just so I don't miss out on court dates or a drug and alcohol test that gets called once a month randomly. All in all, it has been a year and 3 months of my judges being switched, my court dates pushed back constantly, Officer Stephen Davis of BSO lying under oath more than 3 different times, 3 stories in both scenes, off scene and in court. My left leg and spine has its days where I'm in terrible amount of pain even to this day. Now, from what I've done in my own research, this Stephen Davis officer whose body cam you're watching right now has been sued at least twice for excessive force in violation of civil rights in federal court, and he has at least 1 or 2 sustained complaints for excessive force and other things. He's a problem, and even in their own blogs, there are other people talking about this guy. He has other victims that have reached out, and I've read their emails. This cop is a problem for the Broward County Sheriff's Department in Florida. If you found this video to be as disturbing as I did, and you feel like you want to redress some grievances and express your opinions on what the sheriff's office has done to this poor woman, I will leave contact information in the description and the pinned comments. And if you would be so kind as to hit the thumbs up and promote this video, share it with other people so they can understand when a cop is out of line and they can react differently in their situation. I'm not saying Kiana acted bad. She acted the way any 18-year-old would, not understanding what's going on when a violent criminal is attacking you in your own car.
Yeah. That's why don't you see those here on the hook?
On the hook. Yeah. Get him in the closest vehicle right here.
Cool.
I got you.
I got hair, I got blood all over.
I don't care, man. You're good. It's just blood.
Fucking bit the inside.
She bit you.
Why? You wanna just see? Let's go to the.
Sit over here.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Hey, do me a favor. That black guy who was here, get his ID. I think he's a caller.
Oh, man. Sit down, relax. Get the bed for you, man. Sit. What happened, man?
I asked him for ID. He got she came out of the car, swinging and biting me. My lip.
Oh, yeah. Touching your hip. Anything on your hand here, man? Just a little laceration. Anything else we
He
know
was just
about?
swinging and kicking and biting. Wait, shit. How bad is it?
Not bad, man. Your head's not bad. Your inside of your mouth has a puncture. So we're definitely gonna have to go get that checked out, bro. They're gonna have to check her, make sure she doesn't have anything either, okay? Did she bit you in the mouth?
I don't know if it was a hit or might she bite me. Just
Alright, man. Yeah. We're gonna take it off and get checked
I'm
out.
not gonna go by rescue. I'll drive over.
Nah, man, you gotta go with us, man. Come on. Are you the sergeant? Well, you know your sergeant's gonna make you go.
No,
You gotta go with us, man.
I'm gonna work.
I know. Take a seat for us, Tom. Take you off. Come on.
We'll take care of that.
We got all this stuff.
We'll put a band-aid on this when we get to the hospital.
Come on, brother. Come on, man. Take a seat. You want to take your belt off and
Worry
everything?
about my lip.
I know, bro. We're gonna
take a look at everything inside.
You got a big puncture wound in the inside of your lip, okay? Let me take a look.
She came out
You want to take your belt
swinging
off?
and fucking bit me, man.
Oh, she bit you in the lip? Bit you? Sit down. Oh, then get your belt off there, bro. That'll be a lot easier without your belt.
I'll be up.
Get off your fucking way.
I'm gonna drive over.
No. You have to evaluate you.
Give me this. Hey, just wait on. Where's the other one? You only got three? Just go. Just two? Alright, pop the front. Pop the front. You're good. Pop the front. I got the front. Hey, pop the front.
Let's check this camera.
So, now, I'm turning you off.
Do you want the I-10 please too?
No, you can't here.
So here's a quick update for you. Since my video and a couple other videos, Kiana's case has been dismissed, and they are moving to file a lawsuit against the officer and the department that arrested her. Have a good day.